Hello everybody and welcome back to a YouTube tutorial. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make some weapons. Medieval weapons to be quite clear. This ranges from shields and swords. This will be expanded out into a series that ranges for 10 episodes. So make sure to stay tuned, and if you are not already, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on another tutorial. Without further ado, let's get into the video. As you can see, I'm in my dorm. However, that doesn't matter, you can do this in any room you like. I just prefer my dorm room because it's less laggy and it's quick and accessible. First thing you want to do is you want to open up your watch. Very nice, this watch is. I don't really like the hand though, but you know, Rec Room, please fix that. Next thing you want to do is click backpack. Then you want to look for your maker pen. I have mine favorited, so I can pull it out from my bag. However, if you prefer, just press use. There we are. Now I've pressed use, okay, my maker pen is out in front of me, I can grab it, or if I change my mind, I can click recall and it's gone. So now we have our maker pen. But what we next want to do is we want to make sure we can get this menu up. What you want to do is simply get your maker pen, pull it up and look at it. Now, if you don't want this menu in your face, click the drop button, which for me is B on my right hand. On your left hand, it would be Y. I'm playing on Quest 3, your controls may differ. Now, you've done that. Well done. You want to make sure, the first thing, because we're making the blade first, we want to click tube. Now, we want to go into tools. After we go into tools, we want to make sure we click on to create tube settings. Now, this doesn't necessarily matter unless you want to make a big blade. I'm going to have mine to 0.8. No, 0.08. And then the height setting, we're going to change it to, let's go for 2. Yeah, 2 would work, 2 would work. Now what we're going to do is we are simply going to do the most fun thing of all time. I'm going to close it off. One thing I forgot to say. Make sure smooth tubes is on and connect nearby tubes is on. And make sure your tube analog mode is set to raw. Now, scroll up. Trying to create source settings. Uniform shapes, that needs to be up, and I'll show you why. Now, if we close with this, we're going to go on to surface next. Now, first, we want to build the outline of our blade. As you can see, because I have surface on, it is showing anywhere it connects onto a surface. It will only draw on a surface, unless I go far away enough to which it won't. We're going to use my table to build. What we want to do is, what I'm going to do, is I'm going to start off with a nice little bulk here. That's nice. And now we're going to move it. Now we're going to shrink the tube by letting slightly go of that trigger. That's lovely. And now we're just going to draw another tube right next to it, but keep it connected. That's nice. Now we're going to enlarge it again. No. Well, we make mistakes sometimes. Only issue is this can't be fixed. Neither can this. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to move you over here. Yeah, I can work with that. And now we're just going to go ahead and connect it like that. There. That's nice. I think that's nice for a blade. It's not too happy with it, but I think that's good. Now, let's get on to the textures. And of course, designing our blade. Now you can do this any way you like, but I'm just going to simply go from my bag. I'm going to click one of my presets and I'm going to change this to get it look more like metal. So if you want to get a nice used metal, click grip tape and scale it up to anywhere above 150. Next we're going to click tools, recolor, and we're going to recolor this. Now look at that. That's a lovely looking blade. Yes, sirree, it is. Now, what we're next going to do is we're going to clone this, and we're going to scale it down. Now, we're going to move you by using the pivot. We'll move you right about there. There we are. That's lovely. I'm pleased with that. I'm very pleased with that. And if you're following along, you should be pleased too. Because doing blades is not the happiest of things. It takes a load of time, and precision is key. Now, I'm going to self-scale. If you don't know how to self-scale, simple as... we're not going to talk about how to self-scale. I think it's create a zoom and orbit you have to click. We'll try finding it now. I think it's on here. Here we are. You want to click onto general settings, scroll down, create a flying zoom and orbit, turn that on, and now what you want to do is click both grips and you can hold them and zoom in and out. It's really fun to do. And I prefer to do it whilst working on big projects or small projects to add the little details that you may need. Now this used to be called self-scaling, but now it's called something else, which is what it's called now, which is create a zoom and orbit. I personally prefer create a zoom and orbit, but it's completely up to you what you call it. No one's going to force you to believe otherwise. Now it's going to move this, put you there. Let's try that again. Move you, put it there. And then kabosh. Kabang! We have a sword. Now, notice how I've done two. That's not to ensure thickness of the blade, that's so I can add another colour and make it look a little bit more devious. In other words, I'm going to click customize, I'm going to scroll slightly down, customize you a bit, turn grip tape down a bit, and then let's try that again. I'll go with grey this time for that. Yeah, except for now I'm wanting something different. So we're going to go onto this. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that and that. That's nice. And now I'm going to go onto you. I'm going to you, and then go onto you, and then bosh. That's nice. That looks really, really nice. Oh, let's try that again. Now, we want to select both these at the same time, so what you can do is click select and hold your trigger down on these. Now you've selected both objects. Well done. Oh! Now you've selected both objects. You may notice how it's a bit wonky. Now, unless you have very, very nice precision, you can never get it quite the way you like. Which is upsetting, but it's the truth. Now, oh, I completely skipped that. Let's try that again. Now what you want to do is make sure you have it selected still. You want to click clone/flip and you want to hit this. Not this, you want to hit this. The thing that has two triangles facing a mirror. And now, because you've done that, you flipped it. Well done. And then, pshum bakala, we've made somewhat of a sword. Now these may not connect, that's fine. That is completely fine. We've tried. That's all that matters. And that is how pretty much you can get a blade done. Regardless whether it's sharp or not, it works, it looks good. Now what we're going to do is move on to the handle, and then we'll go on to the guard, then the pommel. The pommel, you need a load of help for. So what we're going to do to make it is, I prefer when I make a guard to use a cube. It's as simple as, we're going to come down here, and we're going to simply just make a nice little square there. I'm going to turn off uniform shapes for this to make it a little bit easier for me. You don't have to if you don't wish, but I prefer it. Now, you can do your guard however the hell you like. For this video, I'll be doing a nice curved one. There we are. That's very nice. Yes, I like that. That is really nice. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the socket for the blade. Kabosh, kabang, shikang. We're done. That's our guard. Your guard doesn't have to be that good, it doesn't have to be that simple, it doesn't have to be too bad. Just as long as you're happy with it, and that's all that matters. If you're happy with what you made, you've done well. If you're not, try again, you may get it right. Now we're going to click select on this, and click select on this, and now options. And then merge shapes. And now, making a guard is simple. However, whether you're good with makeup or not is a different story. I recommend using grid for this, and uniform shapes. Your tube height scale needs to be 1. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly select a piece of wood material I like. There, that is very good. However, we've missed out on a skip, and that's my bad. I'm going to go onto snapping settings, position snap, and we're going to set it to 1. Now we've done this, grab you, I'm going to scale you just a bit like that. That's nice. That's very nice indeed. Yeah, I quite like that. That's very nice. That's very nice indeed. And that's all you need to do to make your guard. Now I want to make sure it's perfectly centered, which I think it is. And then there's our handle. That's very nice. Now, the same process. We're going to grab this, and we're going to put it here. Remember, yours may look nothing like mine, but this is a very quick rush one just to give you the basics of how to make it. This is pretty much a beginner's tutorial. Now I'm going to move you a bit over there. Yeah, that is very nice. Now I'm going to merge these. Bosh, bang. Now, there we are. Now, coming to the pommel. Which, some might say it's incredibly hard. I say, there's no challenge, you just know how to do it. And that's all we say here. Now, what I'm going to do, personally, is I'm going to go on to create tube settings, and I'm going to turn off smooth tubes, so I can get more of a sharp look. Now, all I'm going to do is that, and then brilliant, and get you, and then bosh. Very simple pommel. Make sure you still have connect nearby tubes on. Connect these, and we're done. That's all we needed to do. That is our sword. And I think this is quite a nice sword indeed. It's not based off anything, but for a starter, this is very nice. Now, this is a great sword as well, not a long sword, so don't get it too mucked up. Ooh. I suppose what we best do now is I show you how to make it work. There's 2 ways to do this. There's the CV2 way and the CV1 way. I'm going to show you the CV1 way, literally this is so easy to do, you don't even have to use an arm and a leg. However, whether it does damage or not, is a different story. I think in our last video, we'll do a summary of everything we've done. Or maybe, we'll do some more. Till then, what you want to do is, you want to click configure, you want to click this with your configure laser beam, and you want to quickly turn this to decoration. This is so you don't collide with it, nothing collides with it, and that's what you want, otherwise it'll brug. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scroll through here, and I'm not even looking at the right stuff. Apologies. Now what we're going to do, animation gizmo. Scroll down. Oh, that's toys. Silly old me. Now, you have 2 options of what you can use. I'm not too willing for that sword, because its sound effects are not very good, and its spawn isn't very good. So what we're going to use instead is we're going to use the Mighty Cutlass. This weapon is preferred by a load of people for a very good reason. It works better. I'm going to turn down my position snap back down to 0.5. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to scale you down just about. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. That's really nice. And now we're going to go onto here. Add it to the animation. And press. Configure the 0. And change your set signal to 1. Apologies, my tracking went off. Now, as you can see, it's back here. Now it's straight back. It won't move. Brilliant. That's really useful. Now, we'll go on to CV1 Legacy. Because now, we want to find the mighty clamp. The clamp is one of my favourites of circuits because it allows us to conjoin things, and it's very simple to use. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to scale it down. Now, I don't know what most people call this, but I like to call this little thing at the top here the head, and the rest of it the body. You could think of it as a little Lego man. Head is the bit on the top, body is down here. Now, we're going to move you here, and we're going to connect the body to the thing that we want to be able to pick up, which we want to pick up the sword so we can mimic the motion. Now, the neck or head to the sword. Now, you may notice how it's off pivot. You can easily fix this with a simple thing called edit. And now, you find this, and you center pivot on, and then this, and then options, center pivot on selection, and now it's on the sword. Now, we want to hide this sword because we don't want it looking clunky. Move you over here. I can still see you there. There. It's not that visible. And there we are. It's been fixed. We have ourselves our little grace or little treat to ourselves. I'm very proud of this. Apologies, have a little muck around. Now, you can do this in any form of way you want, any texture. This is mine. Very basic, very simplistic. Didn't cost me an arm and a leg. As we can see, we still need to do some bit of corrections around the blade. As you can tell, it's not quite perfect. For God's sake. So as you can see, it's not quite perfect, but if we tried a bit harder, we'd get a lot more done. Anyway, that was my wonderful little tutorial of how you can make yourself a very basic CV1 sword with the CV1 clamp, and of course, just a regular cutlass. In other words, we've made a skin. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that is how you make yourself a sword. You are more than welcome for me making this tutorial. Remember, stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. There'll be 9 more episodes after this. The next episode, preferably, will be how to make your homemade crossbow, which follows a simple system. However, we'll be using CV2. After that, then CV2 swords. And maybe, after that, I may even do another video, which can contain armor, and how you too could start building your base plates. Thank you very much for watching, and I pray that I see you in the next video. Bye now.